Welcome everybody to the Dawn Chorus plot. It is December the 11th, I think, and I'm going to be sowing my first seed sowings of the season, which will be leeks and onions and some chilies and peppers, and I'll just show you or run through with you how I do that. Look at that, 2 peas in a pod. Just first of all, I'll just show you how my alliums outside are doing. It gives me a reference for me looking back next year or next season or whenever. This is the elephant garlic and ordinary garlic that's gone in. It's been in quite a while now and they all look quite well. And on the other end of this bed, you can just see the French grey shallot. That's just starting to show some green, and next to it, that's aristocrat. These are bulbs I saved from last year, and so are the French ones. The garlic is all new bought because last year it didn't store at all, it all went rotten. So I've gone for a different seed company this time and see how I get on with those. But this is aristocrat and this is save seed. I think this has been in the same time as the grey shallot as well, and the grey shallot is obviously a bit slower to come up, but it is coming up anyway. I have some spares over there just in case. Please excuse the tractor noise. And over here I've got some spare garlic. That one there is elephant garlic, off a different supplier from the ones I've just shown you. And that is some other garlic. I have got it all named. That there is some sabroom shallots that I grew last year, and I put those back in to get seed off them. Hopefully, there's 3 there. 2 have come up. The other one won't come out of the ground, so it has rooted. It's just a bit slower coming up. And then just over there, those are the garlic that I was gifted from Nigel, Muddy Boots. They're coming up and looking well. Every one of those has come. And just to fill in the space behind, I put some more grey shallots. And just a little bit further down, if you bear with me, just over here is some spring onions. These were sown in end of September, October I think they were, and as soon as they were through and large enough to handle, I put those out, and they've been out all winter. They've had no protection or anything, and that should give me an early crop. And I will be sowing some more spring onions today, which hopefully then should coincide with following on with these. And I nearly forgot, I have put some more spare garlic up both sides of my asparagus bed. As you can see, the asparagus is shooting already. It's quite unbelievable, and it's only January. But I'll go and start sowing these seeds and just bring you along with me. So we're here in the greenhouse. I'll just show you this. I think you've seen other people that have got this cassette case for their seeds, and I am Denard. All my seeds were kept in tubs and tins, and they were all over the place, and then you miss some and you can't find them. So I decided to get one of these. I wasn't 100% sure, but having got one, it's brilliant. The only thing I can't fit in it is my legumes, peas, beans, runner beans, broad beans, because they're a bigger packet, but everything else goes in here, and it's just the ticket. As you can see, I've categorized everything. and everything now is all in one place, and you can carry it around like a suitcase. So very pleased with that. If anybody's thinking of getting one, I would definitely recommend them. And there's the onions that I'll be sowing now. What I do is I sow my peppers and my chilies. I'll be putting in a couple of small trays like this. Divide them up into two so I can get 10 varieties in one small seed tray. That's a half seed tray. Compost is quite dear, so try and use it sparingly. It's only for seedlings. Once they're through, they'll be potted on. But I'm just soaking those in rainwater, and they shall go into this propagator once I've sown them. Just one thing I wanted to show you. I've set this for 24 degrees, and it is 23.5 degrees in there. It's been in, the temperature gauge has been in about 2 or 3 hours. And then there's another thermometer in there. That one says 25.3. And then this other thermometer here, if you can see it, says 30.9, 30.8. So there's 3 thermometers and 3 different temperatures. And there's about 8 degrees difference between the top one and the bottom one. So that's where I'll be putting my chilies and my peppers in there, and I'll just put them on top of the surface of this, and then I will sieve the compost on top. And once that's been soaked, but I'll leave the compost dry on top, and that seems to work for me okay. And then me onions, which are Zabroom and long red Florence, I'll be putting in these seed trays here. I know 1 or 2 people say that these multi-cells aren't quite deep enough. I understand what they're saying, but for me it's a case of sowing them and then moving them on. It certainly isn't a place to keep them. These onions, they won't be in here long. They'll have a slow germination. I won't be putting these in the propagator. And as soon as they're big enough and the roots have started to fill those, I shall be putting them straight outside in the ground in a cold frame situation. They'll have sides and also fleece over the top. I don't want these in here any longer than I can help it. And as you saw from the spring onions, they'll take the cold and the weather. So long as you can keep the wind off them, I think they do well. And today I shall also be sowing some leeks, and I'll be doing those in a deeper pot. What's that, about 7-8 inches pot deep. And the bottom third, I shall be mixing my compost with just a little bit of charge. That is beetle poo, I believe. And I shall mix that in with the bottom third, so by the time the roots get down to the bottom, it will just give them a little bit of feed, because they'll be in that pot for 2 or 3 months. The pot might even, well, the pot will go outside once they've all germinated, but it will stay in that pot for quite a while. So just to give them a little bit of feed, I put in the bottom third, not a lot, but just a little bit of charge. And I find that gives them a little bit of a boost to keep them going until you plant them out. They want to be about the size, thickness of a pencil before you put them out. This tray has been soaked, and the onion seeds will go in there, and then I shall just sieve a little bit of dry compost on top, and they will go in the greenhouse during the day, and they will go in our porch in the night time when the temperatures get down. But they don't want to be too cold, but they don't want to be too warm either. I don't want to bring the onions on too quickly. So I shall just sow all these, and I shall just bring you back when I've finished. Well, time has just started to catch up with me. It's starting to get dark now. Those are all my peppers and chilies, all sown and put in, and they should be up in a week or 2. And just before I go, I just wanted to mention that I did have some white rot on some of my onions last year, and it's not something you want in the garden. And looking on YouTube, I've decided to go for garlic powder to put on the plots. What it does is the white rot lies dormant in your ground, and then when it smells of garlic powder, it starts to grow, and because it doesn't actually have a host to attach to, which is your onions, it dies off. And looking on the internet, on YouTube, about 90% success rate. A lot of people have said that they've only had about 10% of their onions with white rot. To me, that is a success. So what I shall do is I shall put some of that garlic powder on the plot that I'm going to grow onions on the following year, and I shall be doing that every year from now on. That'll be part of my spring and summer application. I shall just put some on the ground and ruffle it in with my hands in the spring and in the summer on the same plot that I'm going to grow onions and garlic the following year. So hopefully that will help combat the white rot. So that is what I've sown today. If you wanted to just freeze the frame, you can see what I've sown. Many thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed what you see, please subscribe, and if you hit that bell, you'll get an update of every time I put an update on YouTube. Take good care, everybody. Enjoy your garden. Bye for now.